Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about intercompany transactions in Dynamics NAV or Dynamics 365 Business Central. So I'll start the setup from the intercompany partners. So basically, I'm in the Kronos demo database. So in this database, I have three companies. I have the Kronos Canada, Kronos Mexico, and Kronos USA. So you can disregard the other company. That's a copy I made just as a backup for the Kronos Canada. So for these three demo Kronos company, so I will set up the Kronos Canada as the head office, and say the Mexico company and the USA are the subsidiaries of the head office. So there are intercompany transactions between these three companies. So in the HO, in the head office, it's headquartered in Canada. In this company, in this Canada Kronos demo company, I will set up the intercompany partners. So I will set up three intercompany partner code: HO, Corp 1, and Corp 2. So I will give the name USA. I will take USA as the company 1 and Mexico as the company 2. So this is Corp 1 and Corp 2. Then after so in the intercompany partner setup for HO, then you can set up the code, the name, and the transfer type will be by database. And so you can disregard the other option because we're not going to transfer the intercompany transactions through file, put a file on a path and pick up from another company. We'll skip email. Then the other option, no IC transfer, is not an option. So we're gonna use database because this is three different companies in one database, and the transfer between them will be at a database level. So the sales transaction, under the sales transaction, you can set up a receivable account and a payable account. You have to complete this setup. And also, I'm going to set up the outbound sales item number type as the common item number. What this common item number means is like this is the item number used across different intercompany companies. So like in this head office, then for this Mexico, then the other companies will call it, it will use the number 1000 as well. So you can set this up. So that common item is the item number reference across the other intercompany companies. Okay, so then after you set up the intercompany partners, you can set up the HO, you can set up the Corp 1. The Corp 1, in the Corp 1, because I'm using USA as my Corp 1, and you can specify the receivable account, payable account as well, and set up the outbound sales item number as the common item and outbound purchase item number as common item. Similar setup in the Corp 2, but this will point to the Mexico company. Okay, so you have to set up these three intercompany partners in all the three companies: Kronos Canada, this head office, and the Kronos USA, and also the Kronos Mexico. In all the three companies, you have to set up this intercompany partners code. So think about if you're using else retail, this structure is similar like the stores in the else retail. That in the stores, you can set up the head office, you can set up the other stores, and this stores table has to exist in all the store database as well, not only at the head office database, right? So similar structure. And then if you go to the if you go to the company information, I'm gonna give this IC partner code. So this company, Kronos Canada, is the head office. Then I'm gonna give it IC partner code HO, and the IC inbox type is the database. And you may want to set up the customers and the vendors as well. So this customers, customers and vendors is the customer vendors you use if you create a sales transaction or purchase transactions between different companies through the sales or purchase documents. Because you can see on the customer card you have the IC partner code. Then if you want to create sales transactions from the head office and then sell it to the Corp 1, which is the US company, and then automatically create a purchase order in the US company, then you have to set up this SC partner code. Depends on who you are transacting with, which company you are transacting with. Then you can set up the relevant customer or vendors, right? So like this, if you are creating a sales transaction in HO, sell it to the Corp 1 US company, then you're going to create a customer. And in the US company, then you're going to create a vendor which has a SC partner code for HO, because that vendor is going to take the purchase transactions, which will automatically created from the sales transactions from the HO. So then if you want the transactions to be bidirectional, like if you want the sales orders from the Corp 1 to turn to the purchase order to HO as well, then you have to create a customer in Corp 1, which has a SC partner code of HO. Then you have to create a vendor in HO, which has a SC partner code as Corp 1. Yeah. So it depends on the direction of the transactions. Then you have to set up those customers, SC customers, and SC vendors as well. Similar, so I talked about the customers, and then you do the similar setup on the vendors, right? So you can create a SC vendors, and then you have to set up who you are purchasing from. Then you just set up that SC partner code on that vendor. Okay, so that's a basic setup in the HO. And then if you go to the USA, then you could see you have to set up this intercompany partner code as here as well. Okay, so in the intercompany partners, then you set up this HO, you set up Corp 1, Corp 2. You can disregard these two, because these two are created by the Kronos demo database. And it's a similar setup, but you have to point to the receivable and the payable account to the GL account in this US company. So there could be some differences between the chart of account in different companies. So sometimes you have to make sure you select the correct GL account. And also sometimes you have to do the mapping. So I will talk about that when I create an intercompany general journal. Then I will talk about the mapping. So then you have this Corp 1, then you set up this Corp 1, actually it's USA itself, so you have no companies, you just leave the company blank here. And Corp 2 is the Mexico, so you can set up the Mexico here as the company. And also this transfer type will be the database. Okay, so, and then you go to the company information in this company. Then you're going to set up the SC partner code as Corp 1 and the SC inbox type as database. You can leave the SC inbox details blank. Similar setup so remember I said customers vendors, then you can create a SC customers and SC vendors here in this company based on who you are transacting with. You can set up the SC partner code, right, for those SC customers or vendors. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the next company, which is Corp 2, the Kronos Mexico company. And then you have to set up the 3 intercompany partner code as well. So HO, Corp 1, and Corp 2. These so HO, you point to the HO database, and Corp 2 is itself Mexico, Corp 1 is the USA as a database. Okay, and also this, I mentioned about this receivable payable GL account. That's the GL account in this company, in this Mexico company. And you have to do the SC customers, SC vendor setup as well. Okay, after all these setup, I'm going back to the head office database, the head office company, HO, Kronos Canada. So first, I'm going to create an intercompany general journal to show you how that works. Okay. So if I go to the intercompany general journal, then you can select a document type. Let's say if this is an invoice, and then I have to select the account type. This account type has to be SC partner. And I can do the intercompany general journal transactions with both Corp 1 and Corp 2. Let's say I'm going to create a $100 transactions to Corp 1, and then it's going to use that's PayCa account, because my Canada and the US, mostly their chart of account has the same number, so that's easy. Then you can just select whatever account. Let's just select one account there. Okay, so then the intercompany, you can select the IC partner GL account number. Let's say it's the same GL account. Okay, and now I'm gonna create at the same time. I'm gonna use the same document number, and I'm gonna create a transaction to the Corp 2 as well. So this is the 200. Okay, and now I'm gonna use the cash. So this Corp 2 is the Mexico company. Actually, that company has pretty different numbering for their chart of account. So that's why you have to do the mapping. So the mapping I did here is like you see here for this 11200, I have to map it to the default IC partner GL account to be 1110. So that 110 here is mean like the Mexico company. So after I did that, if you select that, then you could see after you enter that 11200, the 1110 automatically populated. That's the numbering for the general journal for the chart of account in the Mexico company. You see it's quite different between Canada and the US. Okay, now we can post this general journal, but you see the record in table IC Outbox journal line already exists, created by current company, and then so that means I did a previous transaction already exists, and okay, so that's fine. Okay, so let's take a look if I have something in my Outbox I did not close. No, I don't. Okay, so let's take a look of this error message again. Just want to see. The record in table IC Outbox journal line already exists. Transaction number equals 6, IC partner Corp 1. Transaction source blank created by current company line number equals 0. Yeah, I think when I did the testing previously, okay, so I'm gonna take a screenshot for this, and then we can quickly clear that transaction, so then we can post this. Okay, so let's go to our development environment. So this, let me think. Yeah, so go to development environment, and then we're gonna go to that table IC Outbox journal line. Okay, let's go to this table and run this table to see what lines is there. Then we can take a look to see if there's anything for us to delete. So IC Outbox journal line, I don't have anything there. Transaction number, transaction, IC partner code. Okay, never mind. So just to save some time, could be because I did some transactions previously. I'm gonna, in theory, you should be able to do 2 transactions at the same time. Maybe let me try another, select another account to see if that will work. Let's just select some, okay, select another account. Then let's just say 463. Okay, so then let's post to see. Let's look at this. Okay, so that's, don't waste the time here, but you should be able to send two at the same time. It just mess up by the previous transactions I did. So you could see if you just send one and it's successful, but you should be able to send 2 at the same time as well. It's just because I sent something and I didn't finish that process, so then it just does not allow me to do it anymore. So anyway, so we could see this in the intercompany Outbox transactions for the journal line we just sent, and then if you can see the details, this for that $200, right? And then oh, so I'm thinking yeah, let's see, there's a handle. I'm thinking why we are getting that. So there's a handle, the intercompany Outbox, and I think the reason we are getting that for Corp 1, it could be the transaction I didn't complete and it got rejected by the other company when I did the test. Okay, so let's send this transaction for Corp 2 to the other partner. And you could see it's been sent. And the Corp 2 is my Mexico company. If I go to the Mexico company, then I will be able to see it in the inbox. Okay, so then it's in the inbox. You can accept this action. Then you can complete the line actions to create a general intercompany general journal for in this company. So if we go to the intercompany general journal in this company, then we should be able to see that 200 sitting here. Then you can post it. Okay, so this is basically how you can process journals through the general journals through the different companies. And then you can also do it for the regular sales order and purchase order transactions. Let's say I'm going to create a sales order from my head office, Kronos Canada, to my US company. Okay, for the sales transactions, you can only create a one by one. Okay, you cannot do it like multiple, create for multiple sales orders to multiple companies at the same time, because on the header you have to select the intercompany customer, and on this intercompany customer you can only define one IC partner. Okay, so that determines the whole sales order. You cannot do it separately on the line. Okay, so then that's sell. That's the sell item. So that's populate the header. Then that's sell item from this company. Just sell this bicycle to the other company. I'm gonna sell just one of this bicycle, and then I'm gonna just post ship and invoice. So I'm not gonna see that posted sales invoice, and I'm just going to my Outbox and take a look. Then you can see the sales order and the invoice is posted, and we can send them to the IC partner, and then go to the inbox for the US company, because the US is my Corp 1, and then we can take a look at the inbox. Okay, so once we go to the inbox for this company, then we could see this order and invoice has been sent. Sales order, purchase order, and purchase invoice. So you can post from the purchase order, or you can post from the purchase invoice, because you send both. Actually, you only need one. You don't need to process two. So if you want to receive and the invoice on the purchase order, you can delete this invoice. You don't need to take any actions for that invoice. Okay, so I'm only gonna accept this purchase order and then complete this transaction. Okay, I completed that, and then I can just go to my purchase order. So I should see a new purchase order which has that one bicycle sent. Okay, so this is one. Take a look here, and this is the bicycle. I'm gonna delete this empty line. There's nothing on the first line. And then if you're good, then you can just accept this purchase order, receive and invoice this purchase order. It tells you there's something already existing in the SC box. Yeah, that's the duplicate I'm talking about, because you have both purchase order and the purchase invoice sent from the other company. So it could create a duplicate if you post both. So then it's just a reminder for you. So I'm gonna give it just, this is the HOPO. Okay, this is the sales order from HO, then created a purchase order. I'm gonna just say HOPO for that. Okay, so it allowed me to post the purchase order. So this is the whole cycle of that. And you can do some automation when you send the transactions between different companies. The automation you can do is you can automatically send, but the other companies who receive it has to go to the inbox. So you can do that, go to the intercompany setup, and then there's a checkbox you can enable, which is the auto send transactions. If you enable this checkbox, then when you send the transactions to the other company, it will go automatically, it will be sent automatically from your Outbox. It won't stay in your Outbox for you to confirm to send. So it will just go to the inbox of the other company, and the people from the other company need to go to their inbox to check and then accept that documents or journal you sent to the other company. So the intercompanies in Dynamics NAV or Business Central can send both the journals and the documents. And if you use the journals, you can send for multiple journals at the same time. Just when I demonstrate that, then I have something I declined from the other company. So it's causing the error, but you should be able to send from the head office to multiple different companies at the same time for the journals, as long as you set them up properly. Okay, thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. I hope this helps, and I will see you guys again next time.